All right, so shalom. Good rising to everyone. We thank the Lord for a brand new day. The Lord Most High. We thank Him. Then we thank the Elohim. Oh, wow. Not going to do that. I don't really feel it. Not sure what type of reading this is going to be. Whether it's going to be general, relationship, general, spiritual, we'll see. I perceive it will be general, spiritual, especially seeing as how these are oracle cards. So, but even with that, we know that these things can deal with relationships because they are spiritual. So anyway, Most High, what messages does Spirit have for us this AM and for this entire day? What messages does Spirit have for us this AM? Okay, so I'll just take that even though I'm not feeling it too much. Come on, take this. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I want to keep that because I'm not feeling it. I didn't even feel it when it came out. So I got to put it back. And if it comes back, then we'll know. Okay. But I have to go off of how I feel. I have to. Don't do it. I'm going to reshuffle. Spirit, what messages do you have for... This one's trying to come out. See? Gosh. I'm really not feeling these jumpers. I'm really not feeling these, but anyway. We're going to let you come on out. And we'll go around. So we were reshuffling for this. All right. Let's see what's happening. We have Ruby at the bottom of the deck, which, from my knowledge, anything that's at the bottom of the deck is probably supposedly the overall energy. Let's read what Ruby talks about real quick and what Ruby deals with. And then we'll go ahead and get into the rest of the reading. So, all right. So here's the Ruby card. The Ruby represents passion and love, precious memories. It says your passion for someone you love is being rekindled, and you will soon find yourself glowing with a newfound sense of joy and wonder for life. As you find yourself reflecting on all the blessings and precious memories derived from this beautiful relationship, you realize that bad times are easily forgotten, yet precious memories of love live forever. Love is an ocean which forever ebbs and flows, at times a raging sea, at times tranquil and calm. Such a beautiful message. All right, so now let's hop into this. Let's hop into this. We're going to go over there. So, in the order that the cards came out, Here's the first card. It is Tiger Iron. Let me see if I can get that in there. Hopefully you guys can read that. It is Tiger Iron. Such a beautiful card. I was trying to see what I got from the card intuitively. Right now, no lie, I'm seeing fieriness. Just with the colors. I'm seeing fieriness. With streaks of gold and stuff in there, black. I'm thinking some type of strength. And then, of course, iron is strengthening. It's a strong thing. Maybe fierce strength from the name Tiger Iron. But that's just all I pick up for now. It's nothing major. Let's see what we can get. All right, here we go. Tiger Iron, also known as jasper, hematite, and tiger eye. Mental clarity, grounding, assertiveness, vitality, and sexual energy is represented here within this gem or this crystal. The peace and mental clarity you seek can only be found by grounding your abstract spiritual ideas and concepts into your everyday physical life. That is, to bring things back to basics and honor the fact that you have been blessed with this physical life. Realize that while you are highly spiritual in nature, it is no mistake that you are here. As has been so eloquently said by several of our world's greatest teachers, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And as such, you are being urged to honor your humanity. This tiger iron crystal will help ground you and revitalize your sexual energy. Both these qualities are needed in order to be an effective force on earth and to live a fulfilling and inspired life. Remember, spirit is not in the clouds. It is here, right in the thick of things, that the beauty, majesty, and power of spirit are experienced. You do not have to run away from the world in order to find peace, for the true peace you seek is inside you. The true spiritual master is one who is able to find peace even in the midst of turmoil. The affirmations for this says, I may not have the power to change the world, but I have the power to change my perception of it. That's beautiful. And I have to say, I definitely need this. I definitely need this. I literally was just writing a post about how I feel that I've never mastered this. I've not mastered this yet. The grounding portion, I haven't. And that's the truth. I haven't mastered this yet. And so I believe that this card is coming up specifically as a reminder that it's okay to master this. It's okay to be here. It's okay that we understand that we're spiritual and that we've got purpose and everything here. But the point is once we come into that knowledge of our spiritual understanding and of what our purpose and mission is here, the point is we got to live here in order to carry it out. And I think that sometimes for myself, this has been the case for me so often that I get so wrapped up in the things that are supposedly spiritual that I neglect those things that make me human here. I neglect the things that I need to do to protect myself, to care for myself here as a human being. Human beings do need jobs. Human beings do need the use of money. And we do need things like shelter. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with using your spiritual clarity and sense to ground yourself here. I do think that maybe I'm concerned, and maybe some of my other spiritual brothers and sisters are concerned, that in our quest to ground here, we may become overcome with the pursuit of gaining material things. And that's a healthy concern. So I do believe that we should work, to ground ourselves, work to understand what we are here spiritually to do. And that way, when we start operating in this grounding energy, it'll still be in divine connection with our spiritual purposes here. So, for my fellow spiritual beings who struggle with grounding, who struggle with having to work, and honestly, who have to deal with your humanity, this oracle is calling us to do it. It's calling us, you're still spiritual. You're not going to not be spiritual just because you actually actively get involved with manifesting and creating a life here, because you were sent here for a purpose. So while you're here, you may as well manifest and create the type of life that you desire and that you spiritually need to be who you're called to be here in the spirit. Your spirit knows what you need to create here in the physical realm for you to be able to operate cohesively with your spiritual assignment here. Your spirit knows. So you don't have to be totally afraid of getting comfortable here. And by comfort, I don't mean now you get all this stuff and you don't want to go back home. No, I'm saying, being that we are having a human experience, if you don't have food to eat, if you don't have a place to sleep, if you have to constantly worry about bills and where money for bills is going to come from, you actually cannot focus on your spiritual purpose. Why? Because you're struggling. Not only that, it is harder for you to help people in sincerity, in authenticity. It's harder for you to assist people. But if you get what you need to get here in your human form, then you can focus on your spiritual work. And you can take from the things that you manifest and that you develop and that you get here in the grounding area or in the physical and human realm, and you can use that to propel the spiritual mission and the spiritual purpose that you have here. So for a lot of my brothers and sisters, including myself, this is talking about getting a job. This is talking about utilizing your job to fund your spiritual work. That's how I would put that easily. All right, the next card that was selected is the lapis lazuli, or lapis lazuli. And that's so pretty and serene. That looks like the doggone earth from above, or the sky and waters and everything and earth connected. That looks like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't showing, or if this didn't kind of talk about everything kind of working together in tangent, everything needing each other, being combined. I don't know. Let's see what lapis lazuli deals with. Okay. I saw that somewhere. Here it is. Thank you, Father. So, oh wow, okay. So, here we go. This deals with protection, power, and expansive thinking. Ooh. Which is still kind of like taking over the world type thing. You know what I mean? Expansion. That made me think about Pinky and the Brain, where the brain is always like, oh, yes, we're trying to take over the world. That's definitely some expansive thinking. But anyway, here we go. Lapis lazuli is a highly spiritual crystal that helps cut through illusions and expands your thinking in ways that serve to actually empower you. Is it not time to let go of an outmoded way of thinking or a belief system which no longer serves you? Remember, you are eternally protected. There is nothing to fear, so just be yourself. You will soon find yourself thinking outside the square, and in doing so, you will begin to unlock your true and unique potential. Be a leader, not a follower. Dare to be different, and success is yours. You have the ability to mentally and emotionally rise above all you encounter in life, and in doing so, a clearer picture emerges. So, this card also dealt with clarity and grounding oneself. And now this is talking about when we can let go of certain things that don't serve us anymore, certain lifestyles, certain ideas and ideals that are not serving us, then we can begin to see a clearer and bigger picture for ourselves and for our lives, right? So I kind of feel like this is just kind of following along with this whole idea of clarity and our spiritual purpose. When we can start working and grounding ourselves here in our humanity, knowing that we are spirit, but we have to be here, so you might as well make the best out of your journey here and your experience here. In doing that and working for some of us, because working for me has been such a big thing. I don't know why. Like, I've always wanted to work, but I just wanted it to be spiritual work. I wanted it to be where I'm really being helpful to people. You know what I'm saying? I want to get paid to do something that I would love doing for people anyway. Assisting people, talking to my sisters, helping them heal from traumatic experiences, and my brothers for that matter. That's the type of work I would love to do. But the truth is that if I don't get grounded, if I don't start somewhere, if I don't start manifesting income, then first and foremost, I won't even get the bare minimum essentials to eventually expand that idea. Expansion of that idea could be, oh, I want to host events that are specifically for spiritual healing of my brethren and sisters. But if I'm so busy saying, no, I can't get comfortable here, or no, I shouldn't get a job because then I can't focus on my spiritual work, I'll never have what I need to have as a human to make this real. I'll never get those things. Or if I do, I'll be at the mercy of others. I'll be expecting somebody else to do something for me that I'm sent here to do. I don't know. That's my personal testimony, guys. But I can assume that some other people are out here struggling too with this. And you've got big ideas. You've got big plans spiritually. But the truth is you can't get to this clearer picture until you get grounded. Until you start operating in clarity here in the human realm, so that you can understand why your spirit was actually sent here and how you're really going to carry out this big purpose, this big idea. You got to get grounded first. Hallelujah. All praises to the Most High for that. So far, the message to me is that we have to get grounded. We need to get clarity in becoming grounded here, in doing those basic things that we need to do here in life. That'll free up us time. That'll free up time mentally, even though we don't think so. Like for me, I never wanted to work for anyone else, because to me, then I'm not going to have time to meditate and do all the things that I feel like I wanted to do. But that's not totally true, because we make time for what it is that we want to do. Becoming grounded, beginning to manifest funding here in this plane to make these big spiritual ideas clearer for us. I've been talking about clarity. I know for myself personally, like I need clarity on different situations. So I know this is resonating for me. But a lot of us, we know we're called to something big. We know that we're forward thinking, or that we have these ideas that are going to need, or that are going to lead to expansion. But the reason that we don't know what step to take first, or we don't know what to do first, is because we have not become grounded, and we haven't gotten the clarity that we needed. We're sitting here praying and, Father, give us clarity. Spirit, show me what I'm supposed to do. Spirit is saying, get a job. Start making some funds so that you can begin to fund yourself. And then the more you work and the more, and this is both working for the money and doing your spiritual work, it'll lead you to clarity, and then you can expand. This is beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. For some of you, you could be getting jobs as well. You could be finally understanding that you are here and there's something that you have to do while you're here. You could be coming out of the cycle, because this card was also talking about letting go of things that don't serve you. So some of us have been saying, oh, I can't get a job because if I get a job, then I can't focus totally on spirit. And that's the opposite from the truth. The truth is you are already a spiritual being here on the human plane, and there's a reason that you came. So spirit is here with you. Even when you become grounded, spirit is here. So you don't have to fear not dealing with spirit, because you are spirit having a human experience. And since you have to have a human experience, you have to become grounded here. You need clarity here on how your spiritual prowess, how your spiritual gifts are going to cause you to heal and touch the world. And for some of us, we're going to do that by first taking the first step, by taking the first step for the first time, clearly understanding, okay, why am I getting this job now? Before, you may have been getting work because you were told to get a job, but you had no clear direction. You didn't know what it was that you really wanted to do. And so you'd get odd jobs and you'd work, and then you'd be like, oh, something is missing. But now, since our spirits are being awakened, now we're understanding, okay, this is more so what I'm supposed to do. Now, how do I do that? So it's like you didn't want to get grounded because you didn't want to be taken off of the spiritual journey you were on. This is what we thought. Then, so you don't do this wholeheartedly. You don't ground yourself totally. And then you're like, oh, how can I expand? I know I'm called to do something bigger. And then you're walking around like, oh, woe is me, I don't know what to do. When spirit is saying you have to get grounded here, and you got to take care of the basic necessities of yourself here. And you and I have to do this. No one else is supposed to do this for us. No one else can ground us. We have to go through that process and accept it willingly. And from grounding and through going to a job, through dealing with people and taking on the things, the necessary things that for some of us we could consider mundane. Through taking that on, we begin to see more clearly just how our spirits are supposed to touch and affect the world. And in doing that, the more that we get grounded and the more that we work and the more that we put in the efforts and the work to continue building this spiritual dream, we are getting direction. And we are helping people along the way. And you'll be able to do that more so. But this has to take place first. Some of us can't save nobody because we haven't saved ourselves through grounding. You haven't saved yourself through grounding. So boom, that's that with that. Last and final card here. Molybdenite. Molybdenite. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce it, but there's a B in there. Molybdenite. I don't know why, but I feel like I get some type of luxury from this. We're going to see what this crystal's talking about, though. We're going to see what this is telling us about. Molybdenite. Beautiful. All praises to the Most High that this was up here quick. Because we want this reading to be kind of quick. It's like 21, so we're doing good. We're doing good. Beautiful. It's a message from the stars. It says, your life is always held in perfect equilibrium by the divine natural order that exists within all creation. Believing that you have somehow failed or made the wrong decision or choice is simply an illusion. There is nothing you need to change or fix in your life, apart from sometimes unbalanced perceptions, mainly your own self-criticism. Know that you are always worthy of love and you are eternally blessed. Start to accept all of who you are as you are, and you will see your life magically and lovingly transform. All is in perfect divine order. From a spiritual perspective, there are no mistakes in life, and every experience is a lesson in love and wisdom. Oh, so beautiful. All praises to the Most High God. So here we go. This to me is this is an advice card for me right now. That's what I'm going to get. This is an advice card. And this is telling us to accept everything that has happened to us up until this point right now. Accept it, because in accepting everything good, or what we perceive to be good and what we perceive to be bad, accept it all, because all of it is in divine alignment with our soul mission and purpose here. Every bit of it. And every path and every choice that we make, it teaches us about love, and it gives us some form of lesson, which gives us wisdom if we learn them. And even if we don't learn the lessons, which, first of all, I don't believe that's possible for us not really to learn lessons. We may get it slowly, but we get it. And some of us may have to repeat a lot of things, because maybe there was one thing that we were able to grasp quickly, and then other parts we just didn't get. And so until we get it, we will repeat it. Many of us. And so therein lies the wisdom. The wisdom comes when somehow you know something is off, or if your spirit has done this thing over and over and over again, there's going to come a time when you will finally get it. And it's going to finally click, like, I shouldn't do this. Or, oh, okay, this time I'm supposed to choose this or that. And you reap the benefits of these lessons. So it's saying, don't think for 1 minute that everything that you've gone through was wrong, or that even you made a wrong decision. You can't do that. Why? The Most High has a plan for everything. I feel like what just came up is that the Most High has a backup plan to the backup plan. That's what just came. The Most High has a backup plan to the backup plan. So a lot of us could be feeling like we have stepped into some doo-doo, deep doo-doo, that we may not want to be a part of. But the truth is, and we may be trying to run from it. We may be trying to say, I need to make it right. And the way that I make it right is walking away, or the way that I make it right is by voicing how uncomfortable it is for me. But the truth is we need to sit with all of this, because it's teaching us something. And always love is being shown, and we're going to learn a lesson. And that's the truth. That is the truth. So the advice is to not think that you're making a mistake. Stop thinking that you're failing everything. Stop thinking that you're failing everything. And understand that this is all a part of the Most High's divine purpose for us. The reason that your soul selected whatever and made whatever choices that you needed to make, it was for your highest good. Even if it hurts, it's for your highest good. See it through. This card is also talking about acceptance. Pay attention. Sit down with yourself. Admit some stuff to yourself. Accept it about what you did. Accept it. Accept the decision that you made. Accept why you made the decision. What thoughts led you to it. Accept the outcome. And from there, we will regain. It's like Spirit will open up to you and show you why you had to go through certain things. And then it won't seem so bad anymore. And when it's time to come out, you will know. I really believe that this has been such a beautiful message. I don't want this to go on too long. I will say that this was definitely a spiritual guidance and confirmation, maybe, for myself and even for some of my sisters and brothers. Go ahead and get grounded. Take that job. Create the life and manifest the life that you need here on earth in order to really be able to help somebody. First, yourself. being that you are a spirit being having a human experience, you need some stuff here in this human world. And you can't give to anyone if you don't first have. And then when you do this for yourself, it will lead to the expansion of your spiritual work. That's so beautiful. It'll also, it'll like open it up for you. You'll be able to see clearly. Because this card is going to be giving you clarity already. Then you'll be able to continue walking into your purpose. And the picture is going to open up. And you'll get to see it more. And from there, accept that everything that you've gone through up until this point hasn't been a failure. It hasn't really been anything negative. Accept that it's actually been teaching you. And it's actually been preparing you. Even more so for the calling. So that is the message. Get grounded to expand. Get grounded to expand. That's what we're going to call that, I believe. All right. Shalom, guys.